The 13-year-old boy leaped straight off a cliff, dropping through the air, and grabbed onto a cargo crate dangling beneath the helicopter. Clinging to the metal frame, he pried the door open. Inside was the President of the United States, but they were thousands of feet above the ground. There was no way out. They could only wait until the helicopter landed to make a move. The terrorists quickly spotted the boy. To shake him loose, the pilot shoved the stick forward, sending the chopper into a violent dive, trying to smash the crate through the treetops and knock the boy off. But that reckless maneuver gave the kid his chance. He pulled out his knife and cut the rope holding the crate. The box and the boy plummeted through the air, crashing hard into the forest floor. Miraculously, both of them survived. The terrorists swung the helicopter around, unleashing a burst of gunfire toward the ground. The boy dove back inside the crate for cover, then shoved with all his strength, sending the box tumbling down the hillside and splashing into a river below. The crate floated downstream as the terrorists gave chase along the riverbank. Inside, the president forced the door open, and to his shock, he saw the wreckage of Air Force One lying nearby. When the enemy helicopter closed in, the two of them jumped into the river and swam into the half-sunken jet to hide, hoping the Navy SEAL rescue team would arrive soon. But before they could even catch their breath, a huge explosion ripped through the fuselage, blowing open the roof. Moments later, the terrorists rappelled down through the hole, planting a timer bomb set to go off in 5 minutes. Then in a brutal twist, the traitorous Secret Service agent, the president's own bodyguard, cut the rope, trapping the terrorists inside with the president. He planned to kill them both in one blast. Furious, the terrorist turned on the president, wrapped a cord around his neck, and began choking him to death. Just as the president was losing consciousness, the boy appeared, rushing into hell. The terrorist spotted a submachine gun nearby, grabbed it, and tried to fire. But in his panic, he forgot to switch off the safety. The president seized the moment, kicked him hard between the legs, and caught the falling weapon. He flipped the safety off and pulled the trigger, ending the terrorist for good. But the bomb timer was still ticking. 1 minute left. There was no way to escape. The president and the boy sprinted to the cockpit, buckled their seatbelts, and hit the eject button. With a deafening blast, the seats rocketed into the sky, soaring right up in front of the escaping helicopter. The boy quickly drew his bow, aimed, and fired an arrow at the traitorous bodyguard, but the man was wearing body armor. The arrow didn't pierce through. He laughed mockingly, raised his gun, then suddenly froze, clutching his chest. His heart gave out. He tumbled out of the helicopter, accidentally firing a burst that killed the pilot. The aircraft spiraled out of control and exploded in midair. What the traitor didn't realize was that the arrow had hit a shrapnel fragment lodged near his heart. At that same moment, the bomb on Air Force One detonated. The massive shockwave flung the president and the boy high into the sky, carrying them over the nearby village. Just then, SEAL Team 6 arrived on the scene. When the villagers saw the boy bringing the president home alive, they were stunned. To commemorate the heroic moment, the village chief grabbed a camera and snapped a photo of the boy standing proudly beside the president. Meanwhile, at the Pentagon, news of the president's rescue spread fast. The vice president and the Secretary of Defense retreated to a restroom to talk. There, the truth came out. They were the masterminds behind the assassination plot. But when the secretary realized their plan was about to be exposed and shot the vice president dead, then he smeared grease on the soles of the corpse's shoes, staging it to look like a fatal slip-and-fall accident.